If you have spent any time reading about annuities, you have run into two opposite verdicts. One camp says an annuity is an overpriced product designed mainly to enrich the person selling it. The other says an annuity is the only way to be certain you never run out of money in retirement. Both of these are too simple. An annuity is not good or bad on its own. It's a tool that solves one specific problem. And the questions that matter are whether you have that problem and whether this is the best way to solve it. I'm Josh Duncan, partner at F5 Financial Planning, where we take a fiduciary approach to maximizing our clients' wealth. Our firm does not sell annuities and earns no commissions on them, so I can walk through this with nothing riding on what you decide. In this video, I'll cover what an annuity is actually for, the main types you are likely to be shown, what they really cost, who genuinely benefits, and the alternatives worth weighing first. So, what is an annuity actually for? At its core, it's a contract with an insurance company. You hand over a sum of money, and in return, the company pays you income, either starting right away or at some point down the road. The problem it is built to solve is the fear of outliving your savings. It turns a lump sum into a check that keeps arriving no matter how long you live. Take two people who both retire with some saved amount. One of them also has a pension that covers the basics every month. The other has only Social Security and the balance in the account. That second person carries a worry the first one does not. What happens if the money runs thin at 85 or 90? An annuity is one way to give that second person a pension of their own. Now, your parents' generation often retired with exactly that kind of company pension. Most people retiring today do not. We build wealth in 401k plans and individual retirement accounts, which are excellent for growing money, but hand you a lump sum and leave the income question to you. The common mistake is buying an annuity for growth, expecting it to keep pace with the market. That is not the job it does. An annuity buys you certainty of income, and you pay for that certainty in growth you give up. If the fear of running out is the problem you want to solve, an annuity is worth understanding. If you are reaching for higher returns, this is the wrong tool. So which kind of annuity are you actually being sold? That is the first question to ask, because the word annuity covers products that barely resemble each other. The simplest is the immediate annuity. You give the insurer a lump sum, and almost right away they begin sending you a fixed monthly payment for life. You can see exactly what you give and exactly what you get, and it pays the person selling it one of the smallest commissions of any annuity. Next is the deferred income annuity. Same idea, except the payments start years later. You might buy one at 62 that begins paying at 70. It's an insurance against living a very long time, and because the insurer holds your money longer, the eventual checks can be larger. Then there is also the fixed annuity, which pays a set interest rate for a period of time. A little like a certificate of deposit issued by an insurance company instead of a bank. The commission for the fixed and deferred income annuities are small compared to the more complex options. And from here, the products get more complicated. A fixed indexed annuity ties your return to a market index like the S&P 500, but with limits. Your gains are capped, your participation is only partial, and you do not get to enjoy dividends from the investment in exchange for protection against losses. Also, with a fixed indexed annuity, you are not investing in an index fund or the stock market. The pitch is a market upside with no downside. What you actually get is a slice of the upside. The insurer can change the formula that decides that slice after you own it, and it pays a noticeably larger commission than the simpler products before it. Now, the most complex is the variable annuity, where your money goes into market sub-accounts and your result rises and falls with them, usually wrapped in several layers of fees and optional riders, and it carries some of the richest commissions of all. Notice the pattern. As the products become more complicated and harder to compare, the commissions paid to the person selling them went up. That is not a coincidence. The mistake here is hearing the word guaranteed and assuming it comes free. Every guarantee an insurance company makes is paid for you by you in the form of lower returns or higher fees. The simpler the annuity, the easier it is to see what you're buying. When you cannot explain the product back In a sentence or two, that complexity is usually working for the seller and not for you. So what does an annuity really cost? This is the part a sales presentation tends to move past quickly, so let's slow down. Start with fees. A plain immediate annuity has its cost quietly built into the payment, which is reasonably clean. Variable and index annuities are a different story. They can carry an insurance charge, investment management fees, and the cost of any riders you add, and stacked together, those can run 2, 3, even 4% every year. Over a long retirement, that kind of drag quietly takes an enormous share of your money. Next comes surrender charges. Most annuities lock your money up for a set number of years, often somewhere between 6 and 10. Pull money out early, and you pay a penalty that starts high and fades over time. This is why an annuity should never hold money you might need in an emergency. Then there are the caps and participation rates on indexed annuities. The insurer decides how much of the market's gain you actually receive, and they can lower that after you have signed. You are shielded from losses, but in a strong year, you might capture only a fraction of the gain while prices keep climbing. There's also the flexibility you give up. Once a large share of your savings is inside an annuity, that money is hard to reach. You cannot easily redirect it towards a health event, a family need, or a better opportunity. And it's worth understanding how the advice itself gets paid for. Many annuities pay the salesperson a large upfront commission, sometimes 5, 7, even 10% of what you put in. A commission that size shapes which product gets recommended and how hard it gets pushed. Let's face it, someone who earns a year's income the moment you sign is not a neutral guide. Before you sign anything, get plain answers to 4 questions. What are all the fees? How long is my money locked up? What exactly am I giving up in return for the guarantee? And how is the person recommending this paid? If those answers are hard to pin down, treat that as your warning and move on. So, is an annuity right for you? After all those cautions, you might expect me to say, never. I won't. For the right person in the right situation, a well-chosen annuity is a smart decision. The work is being honest about whether that person is you. An annuity tends to fit when you do not have much guaranteed income beyond Social Security, and the thought of drawing down your own savings keeps you up at night. If a simple income annuity covers your essentials, your housing, your food, your utilities with a check that arrives no matter what the market does, it can buy you real peace of mind. That benefit is not only financial. People who know their basics are covered tend to spend more comfortably and worry less. It can also fit when you have a family history of long life and you're genuinely concerned about reaching 90 or beyond with your savings intact. That is the situation an annuity is designed for. It is usually a poor fit when you already have solid guaranteed income, say a healthy pension on top of Social Security that comfortably covers your needs. In that case, you would be paying to insure a risk you do not really carry. It's also a poor fit when you value flexibility highly, or when the only way to fund it is to tie up money you may need for healthcare or emergencies. An annuity earns its place when it fills a real income gap and lets you sleep at night. When it's sold to you as an investment or a clever tax move, it rarely lives up to the pitch. So what should you weigh before an annuity? Well, start here. An annuity is not the only way to build dependable retirement income, and it is often the first place to look. Begin with the most powerful income tool most people already own, which is Social Security itself. Each year you wait to claim past your full retirement age, up to age 70, adds about 8% to your benefit. And that larger amount is adjusted for inflation and lasts the rest of your life. For many people, spending down a little savings in their early 60s in order to delay Social Security buys more guaranteed, inflation-protected income than any annuity could, and it costs nothing in commission. The income from an annuity may not increase with inflation over your lifetime. A well-built portfolio can also produce a steady income while your money stays within reach. The idea is to keep enough money outside the market so it's accessible to cover the next few years of spending, so you are never forced to sell your long-term investments just to pay this month's bills, while the rest stays invested for the decades of retirement still ahead. That keeps your money working towards your goals and keeps it under your control. And if, after all of that, an income annuity still makes sense for part of your plan, you can do it well. Favor a simple, immediate, or deferred income annuity over the complicated indexed and variable versions. Get quotes from more than one highly rated insurer because the payments vary. Commit only a portion of your savings, never the whole thing. And have someone with no stake in the sale look at it before you sign. Guaranteed income is a good goal. An annuity is one road to do it and rarely the first one to travel. Use what you already have before you buy something new. So, do you actually need an annuity? For most people, the answer is that you might benefit from a simple one covering a slice of your savings, and you almost certainly do not need the complicated, expensive versions that get pushed the hardest. An annuity solves a single problem, the fear of outliving your money. If that is your problem, and there is no better way to solve it, the right annuity can bring real peace of mind. If it is not, no amount of polished salesmanship should talk you into one. This is where fiduciary advice earns its keep. A true fiduciary has no commission riding on your decision and no reason to steer you toward a product. The only job is to help you see clearly whether a given choice fits your life, and that is the standard every part of your financial plan deserves. Thanks for joining me today. If you would like to learn more about how F5 Financial Planning helps our clients achieve financial freedom for personal significance, please visit our website at www.f5fp.com.